We have breaking news that I want to share with you today. Hello, this is Professor Toto of the Conservative College, where you get tomorrow's news today. We go beyond the headlines. I want to show you something that just came out. Donald Trump will not be filing an appeal in Colorado anytime soon. Now, of course, if you are not a member of my school, the Conservative College, then that is alarming news, and you want to know why he's not filing an appeal to have his name on the ballot in Colorado. Well, to find that answer, you have to go back to a show I did yesterday where I did a quick little show, and I'll show it to you so that you can see it for yourself. And we explained what Donald Trump would be doing and why he would be doing it. And this is the name of the show right here, Breaking. You can go to our YouTube channel. I've put it in the chat box. You can go and watch this from yesterday. We did a show and said, Breaking, Trump to remain on the Colorado ballot. We taught you in that video exactly what was going to be going on today, and it's happening just as we said. Let's watch that 2-minute clip, and I'll come back and show you the breaking news. The day before the deadline to certify the content of the ballot. If review is sought, did you hear me? If review is sought in the Supreme Court before January the 4th, then he stays on the ballot. And the secretary is required to include his name on the ballot. The only way he will not be on the ballot is if he does not seek a review. So in that video clip yesterday and in last night's class, I told you, and I don't know anyone else, there is no reporting in the mainstream media. No one, this was, Toto's class brought you breaking news yesterday when we told you guys it was all a scam. The Colorado ruling was a scam. We explained to you in detail that the ruling says that if Trump files an appeal before January the 4th, then he would stay on the ballot. No big deal. It was all theatrics. It was all optical. Now, of course, when I said that yesterday, they put me all over the left stream media news yesterday saying I was wrong. Well, today we're right. And I want to show you that just so you see it with your own eyes, that Donald Trump has decided not to file an appeal until, you guessed it, January the 3rd. Why is that? The Supreme Court will not have time to rule. And according to the court order, it's pure brilliance on Trump's part. Of course, we figured it out 2 days ago, but it's pure brilliance because now they don't have time to rule. And according to the court ruling, Trump has to stay on the ballot as long as he files an appeal. Watch.
Welcome back. The clock is ticking now for former President Trump's legal team to challenge the Colorado Supreme Court ruling that bars him from the state's Republican primary for violating the 14th Amendment's insurrection clause. And it will continue to tick perhaps into the new year. A source with knowledge of the Trump team's legal planning tells NBC News it will wait until after the holidays to file its appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court. The deadline for that appeal is January 4th, and the moment the appeal is filed, the Colorado ruling will be stayed, meaning Trump will be on the ballot in Colorado, at least for the time being. NBC's Vaughn is here to help us make sense of all that. So, Vaughn, walk us through your new reporting on this ruling. What exactly should we expect from Trump's legal team, and how does the timing here work to their advantage?
Right, Garrett. I'm told that the legal team is preparing to put forward their filing to the U.S. Supreme Court, their appeal formally after the Christmas holiday, most likely sometime next week, but before January 4th. for this team, this legal team, this is, let's be very clear, Garrett, a very important appeal, because the ramifications of whether the Supreme Court were to take this up or not are very high. And in this scenario, the Supreme Court does take this appeal, they are going to be determining whether Donald Trump is disqualified from the ballot, not only in Colorado, but the expectation is that that would amount to disqualification from the ballots across the rest of the country, upending this 2024 process here. And so, of course, the complexities of exactly who this legal team are still up in the air. He had a Colorado lawyer that worked and represented him on the in front of the Colorado Supreme Court. But for Donald Trump and his legal team, they have their focus in many different places right now here, and going before the U.S. Supreme Court to determine disqualification is perhaps the highest among them.
Stroke of brilliance. Stroke of brilliance. When I read the ruling 2 days ago, I told y'all I stayed up all night reading it. And immediately I went live. I said, guys, it's all a scam. Don't worry. Because the way it was being presented, Donald Trump was off the ballot. And he had to get a ruling from the Supreme Court to stay on the ballot. And we knew that time was of the essence. But I told every one of you, I told you so. I told every one of you, it's a scam. He is still on the ballot. He will remain on the ballot. Nothing changes. It was theatrics. It was optical illusion. It was a court of trickery. And it worked. It gave inspiration to California and a few other states. So anyway, as it stands now, here's the deal. Colorado, by law, has to have their ballots printed by January the 5th. Printed. Once that is done, it is an elephantine task to reprint those ballots in time for their caucus. Donald Trump will be on there. Why? Because they did not file an appeal yet. And therefore, the Supreme Court cannot rule before January the 5th. So great job to the Trump team. Again, we win. We win in the end. So this was great news. This was tomorrow's news today. We reported it yesterday. So, guys, I just wanted to report that to you so you know what's going on. Donald Trump's appeal will be filed. Hello, Yvette Cologne. Hello, Joe Carroll Dodds. Hello, Sapper Havoc. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I woke up to this news. Dave Confer. Hi, Professor. This is something totally different from your subject. Our mom has been given just days before being called home. I ask for your prayers for my family and I. Father, I pray for Dave Confer and the Confer family. You know exactly where they are in their hour of need. Yea, though they walk through the valley of the shadow of death, they must fear no evil, for you are with them. And I ask you today to strengthen them for this journey of death. Father, prepare their hearts and their minds and give them that angelic strength that they will need to escort their mother into her rest until the trumpet sounds and the glorious resurrection will call her forth. In the name of Yeshua, I pray. Amen. Bless you, Dave. I'll continue to pray for you. Guys, great news. So therefore, I wanted you to know it first. I'll be preaching tonight at 6 o'clock Central from my church. You don't